True story. Healing after a stroke at 80. At the age of 80, most people slow down. They rest, take medicine, and try to stay safe. But some people show us that even at 80, we can rise again. This is the real story of Mr. Haruto Tanaka from Japan, a man who faced a stroke but didn't give up, a man who taught us what true strength means. Haruto lived alone in a small house in Osaka. He was a retired school teacher. Every morning he made tea, read books, and watered his garden. He also fed the birds and watched them fly. Even though his wife had passed away and his children lived far away, Haruto smiled every day. He kept his home clean, stayed active, and believed in peaceful living. One cold morning, as Haruto made his tea, he felt dizzy. His hands became weak. The teacup slipped and broke on the floor. He tried to call for help, but his mouth didn't move. His right side felt frozen. Then he fell. His neighbors found him lying on the floor and rushed him to the hospital. The doctors confirmed Haruto had suffered a major stroke. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. He couldn't even lift a spoon. Doctors said he might never recover. But Haruto's eyes showed something different. The will to try. Haruto stayed in the hospital for weeks. He was silent, still. The nurses turned him, cleaned him, fed him. He had to learn everything again, even how to sit. Some people said, he is too old. Maybe this is the end. But Haruto did not agree. Every morning, he looked out the hospital window. He blinked once for yes and twice for no. He was fighting, silently. One day, a young therapist named Yuki entered his life. She said, "We will walk again, Mr. Haruto." She brought music to the therapy room, old Japanese songs from Haruto's youth. He listened carefully. He moved his lips. He tried to hum. Slowly, he began to speak again, one word at a time. After 3 months, he whispered arigato, which means thank you. It was the first step. With Yuki's help, Haruto began physical therapy. At first, just sitting up was hard. Then, he lifted his left leg. After weeks of trying, he stood with a walker. Then came his first small step. The hospital staff clapped. They were amazed. At 80, most patients give up. But Haruto was going forward, slowly but with courage. After 9 months, Haruto was strong enough to return home. He now walked with a cane. He still had trouble speaking, but he smiled more. He returned to his garden. The birds came again. He fed them slowly with one hand. He began writing short poems again. Simple words, deep meaning. He said, "My body is weak, but my spirit is strong." One day, a young man knocked at his door. He was one of Haruto's students from long ago. "I heard about your stroke," he said. "You once told me never to give up. That lesson made me a doctor." Haruto smiled, eyes filled with tears. He picked up his pen and wrote, "Now you came to heal me." It was a full circle, teacher and student. The lesson had come home. Today, Haruto is 83. He still walks slowly. He still writes poems. He still feeds the birds. And every morning, he thanks life, not for what he lost, but for what he found again. Final message for elders. Dear elders, this story is for you. Your age does not define your strength. Your body may grow tired, but your spirit is always young. Even when life becomes difficult, never stop trying. Healing can come at any age. Hope has no expiry date, and your story is not over. So keep walking, keep smiling, keep inspiring, because the world still needs your light. Thank you for watching. This is Elders' Wisdom Unheard. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs strength today. See you in the next video.